Salut guys and welcome to Frenchie Cooking. Today I will be answering a lot of questions you have asked me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and of course here on YouTube. There were so many questions I couldn't do it the classic way, so I decided to make this video interactive. Wait a minute. You see all these keywords? Each one represents a series of answers on a particular topic. So go ahead, click on something you want to know. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this on your smartphone, on a tablet maybe, the YouTube annotation don't work. So just wait and the answers will start coming. So, let's do it! Bloody neighbors. Ooh. Chef. So let's say it, I am no chef. I'm no professional cook, I don't work in a professional kitchen, I'm not associate, I'm not a commie, and the only kitchen I know is this one. I'm just a passionate home cook. But don't get me wrong, it's not because you're not a chef nor a professional cook that you don't take things seriously. I didn't have any culinary training. And despite the fact that I love cooking, really, I never had that dream of becoming a chef when I was a child. Sorry. Next. Day job. This question came so many times. My regular job or day job is making videos on YouTube. That's right, it's my main and only job. So I'm not studying anymore, I'm not living by my parents, I'm in the working life for many years now. I have had different jobs in the past, but this is the greatest professional adventure so far. Next. Education. So my studies are quite far away from what I'm doing right now. A while ago I graduated as an engineer, so I do have a background in science. I guess I am kind of a tech guy, you know, like a nerd maybe, a geek surely. Next. End of the world. So if this was my last day on Earth, I guess my last meal would be more about the people around the table than the food itself. I want people I love. And you know, if they want to bring some wine, it's okay, they can. And if I had to cook something for the very last time, I guess I would cook a recipe I don't know. A world cuisine, surely, but a recipe I don't know about, just to learn something at the very end. Next. Fail. Let's make this clear. I had plenty of failures in my cooking and in my recipes. C'est la vie. Only those who do nothing don't make mistakes. But really, don't pay attention to that. It's not important. Just move on. Do it again. It will work eventually. The most challenging or difficult ingredients I have worked with are dead animals. Yeah, just because, you know, I want to do justice to them. So I take time, I use everything I can, I try to do my best really, but I find this very challenging. I've never worked with insects before, and really I don't intend to do so in the next 100 years. Next. Favorite. My favorite dish are many, but let's say Asian stir-fry, Japanese sashimi, Italian pasta, Indian curries, and also I do like bread with just some olive oil and a bit of salt. Favorite cuisine is none. I love them all. My favorite French food is a very simple one. It's bread. I just love it. My favorite French dish is bœuf bourguignon. My favorite herb at the moment is sage. I don't know, I just find that it's really powerful, sometimes even disturbing, but I like it. So this one is a bit expected, but my favorite drink is wine. I also like beers like stouts, especially. My favorite wine is a French wine. It comes from the Rhone Valley and it's called Saint-Joseph. But I also like Spanish Rioja and also Australian Tasmanian wines. My favorite fruit is mango. My favorite vegetables is onion. I think onion is very underestimated. It's a great start for many dishes. My favorite tune at the moment is a song called Borom and it's from a guy called Faada Freddy. I will put the link in the description below. My favorite food when I'm feeling down is a big bowl of Chinese or Japanese soup with noodles, coriander, dumplings, soy sprouts, okay, you get it. My favorite spices are cardamom and cloves maybe. Yeah, it's quite difficult to choose because every spice is great in its own way, so... My favorite cheese is goat cheese. When I was a child, really I didn't like it. It was like I couldn't even smell it. You know, after times, I just tried to taste it. I really trained myself to like it. And after a while, I did like it. And now I love it. Next. Inspiration. For the recipes, my inspirations are simple. Markets, also cookbooks, and of course YouTube. I will post a list of great YouTubers I'm following. Also, and it might seem a bit strange maybe, but Wikipedia is a great inspiration source for me. There are many people who inspired me in the kitchen. And I'm thinking of Jamie Oliver, of course, but also Alton Brown, which is brilliant. Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, I love his shows. Thierry Marx, Pierre Gagnère, and the chemist Hervé Tiss. I also love Fergus Henderson, I love the philosophy of the guy, and also the Indian chef Sanjay Tuma, which is on YouTube my favorite Indian chef, and many more surely. Next. Jamie Oliver! About 7 months ago, I entered a competition on YouTube called Jamie Oliver and Uncle Ben Search for a Food Tube Star. And I took this very seriously. I don't know why. I knew this was for me. I made a twist on a French classic called Bœuf Bourguignon. The recipe was 30 minutes Paris-Bangkok stew. And guess what? It was selected in the top 5. I still can't believe it. I mean, I was thrilled. I was so happy. I was over the roof. After this competition, I had the opportunity, the great opportunity to join the FoodTube family, which is, you know, a gathering of great cooks around Jamie Oliver. And if that's not enough, last month I flew to London, UK to cook with the man Jamie Oliver himself. What can I say about Jamie Oliver? The guy is friendly, funny, is real, of course he is. He's so professional. This was the biggest achievement in my little cooking career. Next. Learning. Where did I learn cooking? Well, I did not learn it from my mother or from my grandmother, no. I learned it from cookbooks and from internet and from YouTube, because there are so many great cooks in YouTube. I started cooking pretty late, actually, at 25, I would say. It took me about 4 years to cook like I cook right now. So yes, it takes time to learn cooking, but if you want to find good inspiration, like go outside, read books, just don't stay always in the kitchen. Next. Misc. Why am I happy? That's tricky. I like what I do. I like my job, which is... I can't tell you. You have to go back and to click on the day job. No, I am not single. And you know, that's really important to know that, because there's a huge difference between cooking for oneself or cooking for someone. You just brings it to the next level when you cook for someone. I think so. When I'm not in the kitchen, I like to travel, obviously, and also I like to do some sports like biking or running. It's good for me to outdo myself. Yes, I do care about health a lot, but I try not to bother you too much with it. I try to buy natural products, lots of veggies, Not so much meat, actually. But you know, sometimes it's good to take a bite in a Big Mac. Next. Paris. If you want to visit Paris, if you want to go to cool places, if you want to eat like sweet stuffs, there are many places you can go to, but it will be too long, so check the link in the description right below. There is a post on my website which will tell you everything you need to know. Everything. Maybe not everything, but next. Passion. So yes, I am passionate about cooking, but where does it come from? Well, first of all, I am a food freak, or maybe a foodie you would say. I just love food, I love to understand food, I love to discover food. I like to go out and search for new foods I want to taste. Second, when I cook every day, I try to improve myself each time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it doesn't matter. So that's how, at the end, I became passionate about cooking. Loving food and trying to get better at cooking every day. Passionate about cooking. Next. Speak. In my videos, I speak English rather than French because in the world there are much more people who speak English than French. Simple as that. I learned English mainly at school and during my travels. I really love this language. It's because it's universal. You can talk to a Japanese, you can talk to an English, of course, you can talk to an Italian. Everybody understands everybody. Well, sort of. My favorite words in English might be mental. This is mental. I don't use it so much, but I find it really cool. And also maybe delightful. Delightful is like sophisticated. Sophisticated is cool also, but it's like the same in French. Some words I don't like in English are the word with a th, because the th is quite difficult to pronounce. Something. It's difficult to do the s. I can try to have an English accent, like, I don't know, the rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain. This English accent is quite delightful, actually, but this French accent, which is a bit more rough, is much more easy for me to speak with. I mean, words and sentences, they are just flowing more naturally. I don't care about how I pronounce things, it's just a filter that I have removed from my head. My brain talks directly to my mouth and it's easier this way. And maybe you English people love that French accent, but you know, in French, everybody will keep spoiling me about it. Yes, in the future I might do some French spoken only recipes. I think it will be on a different channel, not on this one. Next. This or that. Salty. Pancakes. Family recipes. Crème brûlée. Paris. No, seriously? No. Gordy is nice, but quit that. Next. Video making. Yes, I do all the writing, the filming and the editing of my videos. I'm a bit of a do-it-all, totally. To shoot videos, I am using a Canon 70D, which I am looking at right now, and a lavalier, a microphone. It's actually a cheap one, it does the job. To edit the video on my computer, I use Final Cut Pro X and I do like it, it's brilliant. Even if the video seems simple, I do work a lot to prepare it. I concentrate on writing, finding good rhythm, testing the recipes, lots of editing of course afterwards, and usually for a proper video it takes about maybe 3-4 days. Full time of course. Weird! There is no secret with my hair, it's just, you know, a bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, spices, and of course always at the end, chilies. If I could grab 1 kilo of an ingredient, whatever ingredients I want, that would be Spanish cured ham, jamón ibérico de bellota. The stuff is insane. I don't think we can share the oven all my life, because, you know, look at the kitchen, come on, it's nearly too small for me already, so What am I wearing? Nothing. Like all the French, we just walk naked. Yeah, I got a t-shirt and a jumper, but here it's all naked. Hello! If I could cook for someone, living or dead, whoever I want, I think I would choose my grandfather from my mother. Because I didn't have the chance to meet the guy, and he was a chef in a restaurant, so if I were to be a dish, I think I would be spicy, zingy, but with a different taste. Yes, different. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound so much, but I am who I am. Don't judge. Next. Where? I do live in France, in Paris exactly. I was also born in Paris and basically I've been living here or around here all my life. From my parents I do have Mediterranean and French culture at the same time. I've been traveling a lot, but I never lived somewhere else, like for a year or two. Next. Who? Many of you know me under the nickname Frenchie, which I do like, but my real name is Alexis Gabriel. I'm 31 years old, and yes, I am French. I was born and raised in Paris. Next. Why cooking? So why and when did I decide to cook seriously, I mean, not to be messing with pans. 5 years ago, when I moved in for the first time with my girlfriend, we divided the housework into equal proportions. Among others, I got cooking and shopping. She didn't like cooking and I was the food freak. At the moment, that was obvious for us. So I'm sorry, it's not very romantic, it's not epic, but it's a true story. Next. World. Despite the fact that I enjoyed French cooking very much, this is not my favorite cuisine. I like French cuisine, but also Italian cuisine, Spanish cuisine, English cuisine, Greek, Lebanese, Moroccan, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese. I mean, I'm so curious. I really love all the cuisine. Also, I would like to discover Scandinavian cuisine and South American cuisine like Brazilian, Peruvian, Argentinian, Latin American, because at the moment they are a bit blurry for me. But I will discover them eventually. Next. What the fuck box? You mean this box right here? That's impossible, man. I know it's the answer stuff, but this is... Just promise me not to tell anybody, okay? So I'm just showing it to you once, and afterwards we don't talk about it anymore, okay? Here's what's inside. Wow, it's a bit shameful. What's that? I didn't remember I had this one. I was completely drunk when I bought it, but don't bother. Okay, now you have seen it, so just don't tell anybody, okay? It's good. Thanks. Next! The YouTube channel. Okay, so you want to know more about this YouTube channel. But first, you have to know two things about me. The first one being that I always have been very connected. I started doing websites when I was quite young, and all my jobs have been related to internet ever since. Second, I'm fascinated by creating stuff. I love creation, I love photography, I love movie making, I love painting, drawing. So here's the story. In 2012, I was running an internet agency for several years, but I couldn't stop myself thinking that I could do more. I liked my job at the moment, I liked the freedom of it, I liked to be self-employed, but I was lacking any artistic creation. So, what if I could bring my passion to the people with creative movies I make on an innovative and international media, which happen to be internet? So in March 2013, exactly 1 year ago, I decided to do it. Basically, I closed my agency, I took all my savings, and I started it from scratch. Well, don't get me wrong, I was scared to the bone, but I knew I had to do it. I didn't want any regret. And today I am glad I did, because I've never been so happy in my professional life. I know it was risky at the time, and it still is right now, but I don't care. I want to do it and I will do it. As the guy says, live the adventure. Boom! Thanks for the great support, guys. It's becoming every day more incredible. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoy and you learn something about me. Like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe because next video will be mental. Merci, salut, bye bye.